Hello and welcome back to Fate Stay Night. My name is Maybe Dennis, and last time Sakura makes dinner but tastes really weird and not great, and she's dropping her forks a lot, and it seems like she's really losing her strength. Reality kind of sinks in that she doesn't have long. Afterwards, we patrol with Tosaka and we found that many houses are empty after probably having its inhabitants being devoured by the Black Shadow. It's eerily quiet here. And then at night, our arm hurts and we kind of think about it a little bit, but Sakura comes over and we're like, you know what, Sakura? Come over to our bed and let's do some stuff. And then later on we see the Black Shadow's POV, and as it's going around town eating things, it comes across Gilgamesh, who, well, we find out, yeah, the Shadow is Sakura, and Gilgamesh freaking kills her. And that's that, but no, god, she gets back up and she actually ends up killing Gilgamesh, which is dang. The next day we find Sakura passed out outside, and we take her to her bed and we talk to her as she kind of slowly runs out of strength again. In the dining room, we talk with Tosaka and find out that she also saw Shirou do pole vaults, which made her actually take note of Shirou, and that also makes Sakura really envious. But also, when Ilya goes to Sakura's room, she's like, are you still you, or are you the Grail? Like, what are you right now? And things are kind of really weird. Later on, Assassin infiltrates our room and basically says, you know what? We're gonna invite you to our house, Zoken's house, and make a deal or something. I'm not sure. We say no! So what happens is that at night, the house is unusually eerie and quiet, and we end up walking around and we find Ilya dead, and the Black Shadow also attacks us, and we end up dying. So yeah, we died a handful of times last time, or at least not just us, but Gilgamesh too, but yeah. Things are really scary, and the horror aspect really escalates, especially with freaking Sakura of all people killing Gilgamesh. But today we are going to continue and accept Zoken's offer to visit him and talk things out, because if we don't, we die. So let's head into it. Except it's a trap. So here we can see in the flowchart, oh, we can see Zoken, a different part of their house, I guess. But yeah, the Black Shadow ends up showing up, which is like, shit. That's not good. It's a trap. That much is obvious. But it's just as true that I might never get another chance to speak with Zoken one-on-one again. And I can't afford to wait. Whether it's a trap or not, I need to face Zoken and get him to take the crestworms out of Sakura. I will say, I end up getting a new controller that has like these back buttons, and I'm not used to it, so if I end up pressing them to either escalate, or I mean not escalate, but progress the story, or pull out the menu, that is the reason why that will randomly happen.
良い選択だ。では急ぐがいい。私とていつまでもライダーの目はごまかせん。他の者がこの会合に気づけば、魔術師殿の気が変わろう。
You know, I'm really glad they read that out loud, because when I read this, I thought he said Rin, and I was like, huh, he actually respects Rin's skills. Nope, it was Ryder. He doesn't answer. He must not have any further business with me now that I've agreed. Assassin disappears completely, just as suddenly as he appeared. Oh, well, I guess we just made it here. I really thought that we'd run into some people on the way out, but nope. I sneak out of the Emiya house and make my way to the Mato mansion. The sky's cloudy. Because of the dim weather, the house seems shrouded in ominous air, even though it's still daytime. I was wondering, it's like, Ryder really didn't notice him just kind of come in and leave, but if you think about it, Ryder is, well, two things. She's in spirit form because Sakura, it takes a lot of energy for her to basically spawn, and second, she has to stay close to Sakura to keep an eye on her to make sure that she's in proper health. So like, yeah, there are a lot of things that would take Ryder's attention away from Assassin. I go inside without ringing the doorbell. It's like, no manners here. It's been a year since I was last in this house. I rely on my vague memory of it to walk through the hall and into the parlor on the first floor. Ah, okay, this is the room that we've seen before. Zoken's the only person I see in the parlor. I don't see Assassin or the Darksaber or Shinji. It looks like he really did want to talk to me. You're killing my girlfriend. Zoken doesn't exude any bloodlust. He's making fun of me. Yeah, he's obviously confident in not even bothering to kill me after all this time. Starts to irritate me.
さて、招待を受けたからにはお主も話があるのだろう。ならば座るがよい。お互い立ち話で済ませることではなかろう。
まさかお前との話なんて立ち話で済ませるもんだろ。
Because I'm afraid I have to be able to run at any second. I fight down the urge to strike Zulkin down where he stands and glare daggers into him instead. Unlike him, I can't hide my hostility. I don't have an ounce of forgiveness for the person who did that to Sakura's body.
そうけん、これが話し合いだって言うなら俺から言うことは一つだけだ。今すぐさくらを解放しろ。
If he refuses, then the only thing left to do is fight. Even if he summons Assassin or Saber, I'll take this monster down before I die.
さくらの解放か。いや、そうしたいのはわしも山々なのじゃがな。残念だが、もはやわしではどうしようもできんのだよ、小僧。
The old mage standing in front of me looks genuinely regretful as he says it.
なんだと。
Well, you did believe in him once, and it wasn't exactly the truth.
わしが何をしたところで、あそこまで育ったあれは救えんのだ。さくらはすでに聖杯として機能しておる。この場でわしが刻印中を取り除いたところで、あれが自滅することに変わりはない。
Right. Shirou he hasn't exactly understood that Sakura is becoming like the Grail. He just sees Sakura as someone who's having her insides invaded by crestworms. He's heavily denying that she's the Black Shadow. Wait, Holy Grail? Sakura's functioning as a Holy Grail? What does the Holy Grail have to do with this?
待て、さくらが聖杯ってどういうことだ。おい、さくらは一体。
決まっておろう。聖杯を手に入れ、己が望みを叶えるための手段じゃよ。すべては我らマキーの悲願、真の不老不死たる魂の物質化のために、10年前の戦いの折、わしはあれに聖杯としての機能を与えたのだ。
聖杯としての機能を与えた。
そうだ。10年前の聖杯戦争の終わりは聞いていいよ。お前の父エミヤキリツグは儀式によって完成した聖杯を破壊した。戦いはそこで終わり、聖杯を下ろす儀式はまたも失敗したのだ。だが何もかも失敗だったわけではない。一時であれ聖杯は完成したのだ。
That is true. The Holy Grail was very ready to grant Kiritsugu's wish.
ならばその破片、砕け散った聖杯をそのまま捨ておくのは惜しかろう。
Oh, he yoinked the remains. Wow. My brain grinds to a halt. So this man took his granddaughter and...
そう。回収した聖杯を移植したのだ。だがわしとてそこまで下道ではない。あれが人間として生活できるよう工夫はしたがな。
I don't know, man. I feel like you're still a fiend.
じゃあ、さくらの体内の刻印中は
聖杯を触媒にして生み出したものよ。それによって肉体は魂を受け入れるための容器となり、儀式が果たされた時門となって道をつなげる触媒となった。アインツベルグが作り上げる聖杯の真似事よ。まあわしではキャツラほどの技術がないゆえ、8割方自己流となってしまったがな。
He chuckles warmly. What imitation of Imsburn? He just picked up some pieces of a finished grail and then put them into Sakura, who had nothing to do with any of this.
てめえ、自分じゃ聖杯が作れないからってそんな方法で。
実験、あくまで実験じゃよ。エミヤの個性がね。
Yeah, I just took some children and put stuff in them.
この程
Don't
度
take
で
that the
は
wrong
次
way.
につなげる実験に過ぎん。本来ならあれはゆっくりと何十年と歳月をかけて聖杯に近い存在へ変わっていく予定だった。
Oh, Jesus Christ. That probably means that's what happened to Sakura in the Fate and UBW route. Here, we just got accelerated and, well, now she's becoming the Grail now, but in the other routes, we never resolve her and Zoken stuff. So she might just end up growing up to be the Holy Grail.
魂を収める器としての機能を持ちながら、あくまで人間として生き、天寿を全うするように施したマキリ流の聖杯の第一歩になるはずだった。
さくらが第一歩だと。
当然じゃろう。さくらはそのためにマトウによこされた娘じゃ。 後に娘をやるということはマキリの悲願達成の礎とすること。当社かとてそれは承知のはず。キャツもわしも目的は同じだからな。不老不死を手に入れるためならば共に鬼にもなるわ。
不老不死と、そんなバカみたいな理由でサクラを利用したっていうのか。
無論もとよりこの地に起こした聖杯戦争はその位置に至るための儀式。そのためだけに我らは手を組み、わしだけが今も無様に生き続けておる。魔党の後継者たちによって遥か先になるであろう悲願達成のためにな。だが運命とは皮肉なものよ。本来なら適用しない聖杯だったはずの桜はここに来て驚くほどの成長を遂げおった。
You know, Fate is quite a beast, especially the universe. And then there's the
わし
Naziverse.
も老いた。よもや桜があれほどの素質を持っていたとはの。多くのサーバントを取り込みながらも自滅せず、魔党桜の自我を残したまま未だ生きながらえておる。
So originally, Ilya was supposed to be the vessel of the Holy Grail, and we saw her kind of as one in the Fate route. Was she able to take in all the servants? And then later on in UBW, Shinji was the vessel, and we saw what happened to him. He didn't exactly stay intact.
その姿はまさに聖杯。わしでは作り上げられぬと諦めていたアインツベルグの聖杯そのものよ。
I can't take this anymore. I'm not strong enough to keep listening to this monster's ramblings. I forgot that Zulkin still has assassins serving him.
ふざけんな。何が聖杯だ。人間を犠牲にしただけのものを偉そうに聖杯なんて言うんじゃ。
I give in to my anger and step in to punch Zulkin, and yet
いや、聖杯だとも。そもそも聖杯を作り上げるアインツベルグ。
oh whoops, god damn it. I'm really not used to this new controller. I stopped moving in response to Zulkin's smirk.
人間か。ベース。
I stagger back out of my aggressive posture. Oh right, Shirou doesn't know anything about like Ilya being a vessel in this route. Yeah, he doesn't know that there has to be a vessel for the Holy Grail. I despise myself for immediately realizing whom he's talking about, even though I don't want to know.
そうだ。お主がかくまっておるイリアスフィールドって聖杯よ。だが、同類にされては困るぞ。何しろアインツベルグはわしより数倍価値がある。奴らが用意した聖杯がどのようなものなのか、それは本人に聞くがよい。
The only thing Shirou knows about Ilya is that she doesn't have a long lifespan. Yeah, he doesn't know that she was essentially born to be a vessel. And Zulkin's like, alright, look here. The Einzern created life just for the sole purpose of making them a vessel. Well, I put the vessel in a girl. Maybe I ruined her life, but at least she got to live a little bit. That's what Zulkin's saying. It's like, I'm not that bad. My raised fist falls limply. It isn't just Sakura. Having told that Ilya is in the same predicament, any hostility I had towards Zulkin is overshadowed by profound regret.
さて、お主の話はそれで終わりだな。
I guess this also begs the question why Zulkin, he panicked the fuck out when he first saw the black shadow, but then like later on he was working with it. That part I don't really quite understand.
ではそろそろこちらの番だ。お主を呼んだ理由、あの影について相談したいことが。
Oh, whoa, we're gonna talk about the shadow. Cool. He wants to ask me about the shadow? Zulkin must be talking about the black shadow that's been attacking people all over town. That would mean.
何言ってやがる。あれはあんたの仲間だろ。なのに相談があるだなんて。俺たちにあれを倒させたいっていうのかよ。
I shoot Zulkin a suspicious glare.
いや、話が早い。そう。わしはあの影をどうにかしてもらいたい。そのためにはお主の力が必要なのだ。
本気か。あんたとあいつは仲間だろ。
仲間？さて、手を貸したことはあるが、あれから手を貸してもらったことなどない。
Oh. So, Okay, so I guess they were quote unquote working together because their goals aligned. He basically, the Black Shadow as the Grail wants to eat more servants, and Zoken as a participant in the Holy Grail War is like, yo, all right, get rid of competition. Here you go, take these servants. And that's why they were. It looked like they were working together. They were just using the shadow pretty much.
わしはただあれが暴れ出さぬよう道を整えていただけだ。被害を最小限に抑えるため舞をなだめていたようなものなのだが、それも昨夜からできなくなった。言ったであろう。もはやわしではどうしようもなくなったのだと。
Shirou knows. He said the same exact line. I told you, there's nothing I can do about it now. He said, I told you, which means he said it before, and that was in regards to Sakura. My heart convulses. There's nothing I can do about it now. Who is he talking about?
おう、そうであったな。その前にあの影が何であるかを教えてやらねばならなかった。言ってしまえばあれは聖杯の中身だ。聖杯とは願いを叶える万能の釜と言われるが、我らが目指した聖杯は釜ではない。聖杯もまた手段に過ぎぬ。アインツベルン、マキリ、トーサカ、この三家が目指したものは完成された聖杯をもって外に通じる門を開くこと。完成した聖杯とはあらゆる望みが叶う場所とこちらの世界をつなげる門と思えばよい。
待て、じゃあ聖杯っていうのは
知れたこと。我らの目的は全て根源に通じること。だがわしはそのようなことに興味はない。アインツベルンとて聖杯の完成だけを求めた者どもだ。根源を目指しているのは今では遠坂ぐらいのものだろうよ。
Oh wow. They all gave up on their original goal except for Tosaka.
まあよい。ともかく聖杯とは願望期につながる穴だ。あの影はそこからこちら側に漏れているものでな。本来の聖杯イリアスフィールならばあのようなことにはならん。あの影は聖杯の模造品がしでかした不始末だ。いや、身内の恥を口にするのははばかられるのだが、育て方を誤ったのだろうな。
You think?
あやつめ、聖杯として成長したはいいが、きちんと門を閉められんようだ。
Oh my god.
その不始末で自分が壊れるのは勝手じゃが、人様を巻き込むのはいただけまい。
He's like, I should have been more strict. I should have abused her more. No!
困ったものじゃよ。このままではわしが手塩にかけた聖杯が町中の人間を飲み込んでしまいかね。
He shakes his head as if it's someone else's problem, muttering, goodness me. Those words would have normally made me punch the person that uttered them, but now what Zoken's saying makes my blood run cold.
じゃあ、あの黒い影は
There's no doubt.
とっくに気づいていたのだろう。何しろあれは桜の影だ。身近にいたお主ならば、あれと桜が似ていると分かっていたはず。
When did she become a black blob? I don't get it. That it's Sakura motto. I stroll against the dizziness. Against the truth. I accept the connection between them that I've known for a while but always denied. That is true. I think even from the very first moment, or if not the first, the second moment that he's been in touch with the shadow, he's like, this is a really familiar feeling. I don't know why. I mean, I feel absolutely like I'm dying, but it's familiar. No matter what the shadow is, I can't recognize its sins as...
桜はそれを。
いや、桜本人は知るまい。
She does have these dreams though.
あれは桜を通して現れる聖杯の影。本来はあのように形を得ることはないのだが、桜という門を通して出現する際、桜を原型にし、こちら側での存在をかたどったものに過ぎ。
Okay, I guess this explains it a little bit. Why sometimes they were not at the same place. They're at two different places at the same times because the shadow is basically another entity, but it's based after Sakura.
聖杯は桜が封じている井戸を借り受けることにより、 あのように限界したのだ。正直わしもあれは予想外じゃった。ありえぬとさえ否定したが、日に日に力を増していく以上、もはや認めざるを得まい。あれは意志を持った聖杯だ。故に自らを完成させるため、糧となる人間の魂を求め続ける。止める方法は一つだけよ。聖杯が桜の無意識によって生まれているのならば、桜本人を止めればよい。そう思い桜を説得しようと試みたのだがな。あの影はわしが桜に近寄ることを阻む。意志こそないものの、あの影は桜自身じゃ。桜が嫌う相手ならば影も嫌悪する。
Okay, but why does the shadow fucking kill me every time?
もはやわしでは桜に近寄ることさえままならん。
じゃああんたは桜に近づけないのか。
Funny. We were like, oh god, we have to make sure that Sakura stays away from Zoken because the moment that he shows up, then he can activate the crest worms and kill her. Now it's the opposite. He's like, yeah, I can't get close. The shadow is after me. What do I do?
お主らは桜をわしの手駒と考えておるようじゃが、それも過去の話。あれはもはやお主の手にある。桜と離れたこのわしではあれを律することはできん。
That's something to be happy about. At the very least, Zoken can't touch Sakura anymore. So if we can just do something about the crest worms in her body.
待て、あんた桜に何もしていないのか。
しておらぬが。
なら今も桜が苦しんでいるのは。
それは桜自身の問題じゃな。わしは刻印地を使った覚えなどない。あれは聖杯であること、聖杯からの力の流入で自身を保てなくなっておるだけよ。考えてもみよ。あらゆる願いを叶えるほどの膨大な魔力の渦がある。その渦から流れてくるものを人の身で受けているのだぞ。
じゃあこのままいけば桜は
聖杯であることに耐えきれず破裂するであろうな。いや、桜の意識が空になれば井戸を借り受けていた聖杯が浮上する。あれは自分自身の影に飲み込まれるか。理解したかね。ここでわしを倒すのも無駄なこと。
Fuck.
わしを倒せば聖杯戦争が終結するとなれば、あとは聖杯が起動するのみ。聖杯として起動すれば桜の精神などたやすく無産しよう。あれを救いたいのであらば聖杯戦争の期限切れまで耐えることだ。大聖杯の完成、門を開くタイミングというものはそう長くは続かん。開始よりすでに10日。過去の例からいけばあと4日ほどでこたびの戦いは終結しよう。
4 more days. Ooh.
4日。このまま4日経てば桜は助かるっていうのか。
さて、それはお主が判断すること。今朝のあれの容体はどうであった？
Yeah,
あと
no, I don't
4
think
日
so.
持つと思うか？
持つ。そんなの持つに決まってるだろう。
なるほどなるほど。だが他の人間はそうはいくまい。昨夜消え去った人間は何人だ？今夜消え去る人間は何人だと思う？いいな。あと何日この町の人間は残っていると思うのかね。
It's not how many more people will die. It's how long does the city have left because everyone's going to die. Shit. That is a pretty damning line. I can't hear the old mage's question very well. Is he enjoying this or lamenting it? My head is spinning so badly I can't tell the difference. Defeating Zoken will solve nothing. Sakura won't last until the end of the Holy Grail War. We can't beat that shadow. The people of Fuyuki will keep dying as long as the war goes on.
じゃあどうすれば。
Can I save Sakura? I clench my teeth. Then,
簡単な話だ。お主が桜に手を下せばよい。
you gotta kill your girlfriend. Zoken states the cold logic that I already know.
そうであろう。 これ以上生かしておいても先はなし。黒い影は今夜も人を襲うだろう。それを防ぐため、あの娘を今すぐ消せ。
I feel dizzy.
わしの要件とはそれよ。お主に現状を理解させてやろうと思うての。エミヤ四郎は最大の厄災を保護しておるのだと。
I want to vomit.
わしや当坂の娘では感づかれる。だがお主ならば、あれは喜んでその判断に身を委ねよ。
I think he's right. Sakura said it herself, where it's like, I want to live and I won't let people kill me. But at the same time, she also said, I'm glad Senpai is here to punish me if I ever do something bad. So I feel like it is kind of the exception to her rule. Shit. I can't breathe. It's
万
like
人のため
evil.
に悪を打つ。
But I don't want to.
分かっているよ。お主はその意志を継ぐのなら、麻藤桜こそお主の敵だ。
Damn. Yeah, Kiritsugu did do this. He killed people very dear to him in order to save more people. Even if it was just like 2 or 3 more people, he killed the people close to him to achieve that. Oh! And this, Shirou would stop a monster, but he would lose his love. I can't think at all. I walk through the hallway, saying nothing, feeling like a molasses oozing through the meandering hallways. I can't feel anything firm when my feet touch the ground or my hand touches the walls. This is so cruel. It's like I'm in a warped nightmare with no way out. You know, this actually does answer one of my questions. I was wondering, like, why doesn't Zouken kill Shirou? I can understand why he can't approach Sakura because the shadow is protecting her. But he has no reason to spare Shirou and like Tosaka and all these other people at this point. Hell, he even saw them scouting. But this is the reason. It's like, I can use him because I can't approach Sakura. I'll get someone else to kill him or her for me. Huh, interesting.
お主ならば間違いない。桜には気の毒だが、これも運命と諦めてもらおう。
I walk.
だが小僧、孫に代わって礼を言うぞ。あれは今まで何一つ自分のための行いなどしてこなかった。父親に見捨てられた己が身を呪うでもなく、さりとて姉のように万能を望むでもなく、ただそこにあるだけの人形がごとき、うつろな存在であった。
I walk.
その人形が初めて望んだ男に愛されたのだ。いやいや、さぞ本望であろう。そう自身を責めることはない。お主は最後に一つ哀れな孫に贈り物をしてくれたのだからな。
I walk. I move forward on legs that feel like they could give it out at any moment in the direction of the house Sakura's waiting in. Wow, that's a weird way to describe his own house. Damn, though. I go down the hill. Once I go up the next hill, the Emiya house will be there, like it always is. I can't stay out here forever. Whatever my reasons, I had a secret meeting with Zouken. It isn't fair to Tosaka or the sleeping Sakura. I need to get back home before they notice. I'll go home and... make a decision. Contents of my stomach raised to my throat. I decided I'd be Sakura's ally. I said I'd protect her no matter what happens to her. I'd be on her side, not the side of justice. But that would mean repeating that tragedy that took, 10 years ago, so many lives before. I can't do that. I just can't do it. Shirou Emiya can't break this vow. It would be the same as rejecting who you are. You are the only survivor of that tragedy, and if you're going to allow it to happen again, then you'd be rejecting everyone and everything that supported you this far. No matter how this ends, that sin will never be forgiven. This is what Archer was referring to before. It's like you will be punished for protecting the girl you like. Even on your deathbed. Inaction is silent approval. More innocent people are going to die tonight. If you know that, and you don't stop the perpetrator, then you may as well have started that fire yourself.
お前が今までの自分を否定し、たった一人を生かそうというのなら。
Yeah, that's Archer's voice.
あなたはどんなことがあっても桜の味方ですか?
And we got Ryder. This is a question of protecting one person or protecting everyone but that person. Whose side will I be on in the end? I have to decide tonight. Damn, he's like, do I mind if steal this or not? Oh, this sucks. Damn, it's even dreary here. The lights are out. I enter the living room.
あれ？シロ、今玄関側の廊下から来なかった？
When did you leave? Ilya's sitting alone in the living room.
ああ、ちょっと外に出てた。俺の留守中、なんかあったか？
Yeah, 50 more people died.
何もなかったけど。ダメよ、シロ。部屋で休んでなきゃ。シロの体だって、サクラと同じぐらい危ないんだから。
うん。サンキュー。けどまあ、俺のはちゃんと布を巻いてれば大事はないから。
もう、そんなこと言ってると簡単に倒れちゃう。
Oh,
Shiro.
she notices.
外で何かあったの？
I think this is really interesting because like in these other lines you can kind of hear her like a little bit more like whimsical, or not whimsical but like playful. Oh sorry, wrong line this.
もう、そんなこと言ってると簡単に倒れちゃう。
But here when she notices she's a lot more serious. You can tell in her
シ
voice.
ロ、外で何かあったの？
Yeah, the pitch goes down quite a bit.
いや、別に何も。
何もなくないわ。何をしてきたか知らないけど、そんなうつろな目で私と話なんかしないで。
It's basically the same Ilya from the Mind of Steel Knight. She got mad at me. I must be making a really stupid face right now. No wonder Ilya's upset.
すまん。悩んでも仕方ないっていうのに、つい考え込んじまった。
I shake my head. Like Ilya says, I can't afford to space out. I can't face Sakura looking this pathetic either, so I better man up.
うん、合格。よしよし、少しは元気出たみたいね。さて、それじゃあ聞きたいことは何？私でいいなら力になってあげるよ、シロ。
I'm just imagining she's like, I can help you, my little brother. wait, little? How old are you? Don't ask that. Oh man. Sometimes Ilya can be incredibly kind. This is the second time she's reached out to help me when I was at my wit's end. It's hard to tell which of us is older now. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. She is older.
じゃあ聞いていいかな、イリア。
いいよ、何でも教えてあげる。
聖杯、アインツベルの聖杯について教えてくれ。
What?
そっか、知られちゃったか。シローには知られたくないことが2つあったけど、そのうちの1つよ。
イリア、それじゃあその。
私は聖杯だよ。初めから人間じゃない。そういう風に作られたホムンクルス。
A homunculus, an artificial human being. In alchemy, there are ways to create life from various magical components without needing a mother to give birth. Born from less than respectable methods, homunculi are physically feeble as a general rule. They're alive like humans and look like humans, but they aren't humans. That's how a select few can be created with enormous magic circuits. As living creatures, they're frail. But as mages know as magic circuits, homunculi can greatly suppress humans.
ま、そういうこと。アインツベルンは聖杯とマスター両方の機能を持った存在として私を育てたの。聖杯の役目は倒されたサーバントの魂を回収すること。それだけに特化していれば別に人間でなくても、極端な話、シチュー鍋でも構わない。要は魂の入れ物として大きければいいんだから。
So what I'm getting is that if we get a large enough soup pot and we put the souls in there instead, then Sakura should be a-okay. Ilya speaks flatly, But this is the first time I've heard that the Holy Grail is meant to collect servants.
もっとも回収っていうよりは帰還なんだけど、サーバントは聖杯によって召喚された。なら倒された後は聖杯を通って帰るのが筋でしょ。この町にあるアインツベルンの聖杯は私だけだから、本当ならみんな私が回収している。けど私以外にも聖杯として機能しているやつがいたのね。
Ah, she knows.
気づ
We
いた
already
時に
knew
は
that she
キャ
knows.
スターとランサーを取られてて、引き寄せる力はそっちの方が強くなってたの。
That is true. Ilya realized from a very early point what was happening because I forgot when, but it was in one of the bad ends relatively early on where it was somewhere. Sorry, I'm trying to go back and find it, but in one of the bad ends, she basically came to our house and killed us. I forgot what the reason was. I forgot when it was, but she ended up killing Saber and being like, "Yes, I can't let the Holy Grail take Saber. Oh, it's right here. It's if you don't get enough Ilya points, you get this Tiger Dojo." But she says like, "Yeah, I can't let whatever is going around absorbing servants to absorb anymore, so I have to kill whatever servants are currently active, and that's why I don't like you enough, so I'm gonna kill you now."
だからほとんどのサーバントはそいつに取られたわ。アーチャーだけは私の目の前で消えたからきちんと回収できたんだけど。
Oh, yeah, it didn't even occur to me. The Black Shadow didn't absorb Archer. He just kind of disappeared, and I guess she was the closest one. Oh, that could explain why she understands Archer's true identity, because she absorbed him. In that case, that would probably mean that she knows his true identity in the Fate route too, because, well, Archer was beat by Berserker, who was right in front of her, and therefore the souls of Archer probably went to Ilya. Okay, she doesn't need to explain the rest. The other Holy Grail is Sakura. According to Ilya, Sakura has already taken in Caster and Lancer, even Saber and Berserker too.
サーバント4人分の魂。けどイリア、そんなものを押さえつけておけるのか。人間の体には1人分の魂しか入らないんだろ。
Yeah, and that's why Sakura is so fucked up now.
ええ、それが英霊ならなおのことよ。クラスという殻を失い純粋な魂となったサーバントの魔力は膨大だわ。一つ取り込むだけで体の中に台風が生まれるようなものよ。それを最終的に7つ集めるのが聖杯の機能。そこに入れ物自体の魂の入る余地なんてない。今までの聖杯が魂のない無機物だったのはそのためなの。聖杯の機能は英霊7人分の魂を回収してそれを統括し管理すること。そこに余分なプログラムは走らない。聖杯の人格なんてものは聖杯の機能にかき消されてしまうだけ。つまりね、シロ、聖杯が完成すればするほど人間としての機能が消えていくの。
Ah, this is supported by the fact that Sakura is losing her taste as well as her touch because she kept dropping her fork.
それは私だって同じ。
Oh
サー
yeah,
バントを回収してそれが多くなれば多くなるほど
that did happen to Ilya in the Fate route too. I forgot about that. Yeah, shit.
手足を動かす魔力をカットすればその分精密に魂を制御できる。呼吸をしなければ取り込んだ魂を外部に漏らすこともなくなる。人格を形成している部分を全て演算に回せば魂の統合も安定する。
This just makes me wonder, like, why did Gilgamesh kill Berserker and Ilya in the UBW route if he already knew all this stuff? And he was like, oh crap, I need to find a different vessel now. Shit. Shinji, how you doing?
それは桜も同じよ。聖杯になってしまえばもう人間の人格なんて走らない。人間でいるなんてそんな余裕はなくなってしまう。ただそうね、私と桜の違いがあるとしたら私は自分の意志で切り替えるけど桜はただ
Oh
書
shit.
き換えられていくだけってこと。
It's a Black Grail.
完全な黒い聖杯である桜には拒否権が存在しない。
Get that 80% noble phantasm bonus damage. Ilya explains it without a hint of emotion. Ilya knew all along. She probably known ever since she was born. No, even before that. Her life was created purely for this absurd purpose. Still, there's a silver lining in this. I breathe a sigh of relief and look up gratefully.
どうしたの、シロ？私、さくらはもう助からないって言ったのよ。
Actually, I guess there is a silver lining, because if Ilya is not taking in these heroic spirits and is not going to be a Holy Grail, then her lifespan won't be cut short, right? I know that, but still.
イリアとさくらは2人で分け合ってるんだろ。ならイリアはまだ。
そうね。ほとんどさくらに取られちゃったから、イリアでいることに支障はないわ。ライダーとアサシン、あの2人を取り込んでも人間としての機能を削る必要はないかな。
Right. That's the one saving grace of the situation. If I were to lose Ilya too, that would mean that I failed to protect even a single person.
シロ？
I realize I'm hugging Ilya. Oh, oh my god. That's actually so, like, sad. It actually reminds me of when Kiritsuku first found Shirou in like the dying flames, because 10 years ago, Kiritsugu, after accidentally causing the fire, he was like, oh my god, I've just killed all these people. Please, someone, please, one person survive so that I can at least feel like I've done something. And now Shirou was like, I don't know if I can save Sakura, but if I lose both of them now, I will die. I'm so glad that at the very least there's some solace for Ilya. Oh, I never made her any promises, nor did she ask for anything.
シロ。
Her body's small, and I can't hug her too hard. It's a one-sided embrace. I feel with my own fingers the weight of someone whom I must protect. Oh god, that was so sweet. I didn't expect that. Fuck. They kinda got me. Fuck. It's 2 p.m. I make a late lunch and bring it to Sakura's room.
さて。
I remove my apron and place a bowl of okayu on the tray. I remember that was like the rice porridge thing, I think. I take one deep breath and completely still my heart. I don't know what I'll say if I see Sakura in my current condition. That wouldn't be good. If she notices my inner turmoil, it'd make her suffer even worse than me. I need to cool my emotions so that I don't say anything careless. This will probably be the last time. It's our last chance to meet and look at each other like we always have. At the very least, I want to protect this precious time. I want this precious time to end with a smile. Oh shit, he's talking like he's already gonna do
桜、
it.
起きてるか？遅くなったけど昼にしよ
I knock and enter the room. Sakura looks like she was sleeping, but her face lights up when I come in.
来てもらえて嬉しいです、先輩。
Aww. She smiles warmly, looking genuinely happy. Time passes. Sakura's body is on the mend. She's well enough to sit up and eat her okayu on her own. We spend lunchtime leisurely, chatting about nothing important. Sakura goes back to her bed and continues talking to me. Maybe she's sleepy after eating. That's all. This is all I can do for her now. They're really using the CG a lot, going the extra mile. Her breathing is steadier now, and the color has returned to her cheeks. I'd have a hard time believing someone who told me that she'd only has a few days left to live.
でも私、風邪ってあんまりひいたことないんです。昔から体だけは頑丈で、寝込んだことなんてなかったんですよ。
It's just that I feel so many things in me right now. The topic turns from disliking cold medicine to Sakura telling me how healthy she normally is. Apparently, she's never been a sickly person, and anytime she came close to catching a cold, she would overcome her symptoms through sheer willpower.
気合って、暖かくして安静にしていたとか？いや、それじゃ気合を入れるってニュアンスじゃないよな。なんだろう、風で気合を入れるって。
いえ、それは割と恥ずかしい話なので秘密です。
I have the worms heated. Sakura gives me a rare shy giggle. It sounds like Sakura was a feisty kid in a different way than I was.
だから 風邪薬は嫌いっていうより信用できないっていうか、飲み薬は効き目がわからないから逆に不安になりませんか？
ああ、子供の頃はそうだったかな。苦いのを我慢して飲んだのに治らなくて、体が痛いのも熱があるのも得体の知れない薬のせいにしてたっけ。
Sakura agrees enthusiastically with a, I know, right? Her smile is almost enough to make me imagine that she's well enough to be back on her feet tomorrow. I do my best to quash that wishful thinking. Sakura won't get better. I can't keep hoping that she'll get better and everything will go back to normal and keep delaying my decision. I can also understand why he's in so much despair now, because his only salvation was finding the Holy Grail, so that he can wish for Sakura to be healthy and not have this worm problem. Maybe that one wish could be granted by the Holy Grail, but now he realizes Sakura is essentially going to be deleted when the Holy Grail manifests, because the Holy Grail will overtake her personality. Maybe I asked this because I accepted the cold, hard reality.
体が治ったらさ、さくらは何がしたい？
I start to imagine what if, and ask her about fantasies of the future.
私のやりたいことですか？
さくらがとにかく楽しいって思えることだ。何でもいいぞ。ただ聞いてるだけだから実現できる可能性はなしの方針で。
ちょっと待ってください。
I wanna cook more food! God damn, you already cook almost every day! Sakura's gaze wanders, her face troubled. She pauses to think.
なんかこれと言ってないみたいです。別に今のままでいいっていうか、先輩といられればそれでいいかなって。
Aww. She answers shyly, her cheeks flushing. My vision narrows. I use my stilled heart to quash the urge to pick her up and hug her.
あれは今まで何一つ自分のための行いなどしてこなかった。
Damn that old man. It's not that she never tried. She just doesn't know. She doesn't know what it means to do something fun. She doesn't know what she wants because she never lived a normal life. She values the small things so much because she's never known normal happiness.
先輩、どうかしましたか？
ああ、ちょっと考え事。
She still hasn't done anything. Sakura doesn't know what it means to aspire to something or feel the need to obtain something. She doesn't laugh when she's outside. She doesn't make friends. She's only known closed-off spaces like the Mato house and mine. I'd pay any price to change that.
先輩、やっぱりおかしいです。左手、痛むんですか？
いや、そうじゃない。さくら、このゴタゴタが終わったらどこか遠くに行こう。今までどこかに遊びに行くとかなかっただろう。たまには遠出して騒ぐのもいい。
I had a really stupid thought. It's like, oh, go on vacation. I'm not really a type of person that goes on many vacations. It's like, you know, the only place I've really gone on vacation like the last decade was Japan. That place is pretty cool. You should go there, Shirou. And I was like, wait a second. Sakura looks at me curiously. Her surprised silence at my sudden suggestion gives me the impression that she's wondering if this is a dream.
決まりだ。さくらはどこに行きたい？
どこって、
She looks panicked. She can't come up with an answer. Still, perhaps she found a wish within herself.
どこでもいいんですよね、先輩。
She timidly looks up at me.
いいよ。人間、その気になればいけないところなんてない。
I meant it seriously, but Sakura seems to have taken it as a joke. She laughs.
じゃあ、お花見とかしたいです、私。
I want to see the Sakura trees. She voices a modest wish in a grateful tone.
花見？花見ってあの花見か？
はい、このお屋敷でもできますけど、あるのは梅の木だけですから。天気のいい日に広い野原で先輩とお花見がしたいです。
あ、そっか。それは確かに。
Like an incredibly fun time. It'd be nice to go look at the springtime trees at the park under the bridge on a bright blue day without any clouds. There's countless fun things we could do. Hanami would be a perfect first outing for Sakura.
よし、じゃあ約束だ。さくらの体が治って、このゴタゴタが終わったら、二人で行こう。
Sakura flashes a contented smile. Fuck, man, this really hurts. We exchange a promise, and then I slowly stand up. Yeah, it would be a dream come true if that could happen. A dream of my own happiness, which I never had ever since the fire 10 years ago. I leave the guest room. All that's left is that humble promise. It isn't only Sakura's wish, it's mine too. Once April comes, I'll grant it as many times as it takes. A warm illusion forms in my cold heart. Winter will end someday, and we go to look at the cherry blossoms together once a new spring comes. Oh, okay, I didn't realize. So, I forgot the name of the Three Heavens Field movie, but I remember the last one was Spring Song. I think the first one was Prestige Flower. I keep forgetting the second one every single time. But, yeah, that's why it's called Spring Song. It's for when spring comes. Damn, that really hurts. Especially this episode, I feel like I'm hurting for Sakura so much right now. I feel so bad for her. Because at the end, like, even now we realize, like, the shadow was, I guess it technically is part of Sakura. She is the Grail and she is thereby the shadow. But, like, she, like, the way Zoken described it, and I think he is telling the truth now, she doesn't even know she's doing these things. That's why she keeps getting nightmares instead of actually the experience of doing it. I think the only time she actually realizes it is last night when she ended up killing Gilgamesh because she thought she was dying. Maybe she still thinks it's a dream because she died in it. But she's honestly someone who's just done absolutely nothing wrong. And when people like this suffer, it just hurts so much. I don't want to be like this, but you know, it kind of reminded me of Saber for a little bit, because Saber also grew up not really being happy because she was so concentrated on protecting her kingdom. But at the very least, for Saber, she had a choice of whether or not to accept that responsibility or to reject it. Rejecting it's more like an ultimatum maybe, but either way she got to choose. Well, Sakura never had that option. Oh man, Sakura's story is really tragic. We aren't going out on a patrol. Tosaka's totally exhausted after spending the entire day making a mold of the jeweled sword. She's resting in her room. The same goes for Ilya. After the three of us ate dinner in silence, we went off to our respective bedrooms. It's 10 o'clock at night. If history is any indication, the shadow should be moving soon. I stand up without making any noise. I pick up a knife from the kitchen counter and leave the room. He's like... The door isn't locked. He's like, do I do it? Do I do it? I quietly open it and walk up to the bed. Sakura's sleeping. That's all I know. I can't tell by just looking at her condition. I can't tell by just looking at her, looking if her condition has improved or worsened. Oh dang, something's wrong with my eyesight. He's got the red. Sakura's sleeping in front of me, but I can't tell what face she's making. I fight down my dizziness and shaking. Make up your mind. Even as I stand here, the shadow might be attacking people in town right now. The most direct way to defeat it is to... Sakura right now. Even if it isn't her fault, someone else will get hurt unless I do it. People could die. Innocent people, unable to resist. Even Sakura, who never asked to commit these sins. I raise the knife. My mouth is dry. My tongue feels like cardboard. The blade is cold and unfeeling. When I managed this thin strip of metal, which only existed to be sharp, plunging into the soft flesh of Sakura's living human throat, my eyes go numb. Like the feeling of falling onto a flathead screwdriver that happened to be bouncing up and stabs me directly in one of my eyeballs. The numb pain of going blind rips the meninges, I don't know that word, off my brain like when somebody removes the peel off an orange. My senses are going haywire. The fingers that are gripping the knife look like they're being bent backwards by an unseen force, like telekinesis in the movies. I ignore it and grip the knife harder. I Kill her myself? I just can't do it. So I do know what the right answer is, and I do distinctly remember this scene from the movie. I believe it actually popped on my feed recently. I decided to watch it because I've already watched the movie, but just that scene. And once again, like every time, I'm going to go with the bad choice, or at least the choice that isn't canon, which is to kill her myself. I'm going to go Mind of Steel for the first one. I let the knife fall. Sakura doesn't move. Her eyelids are trembling as if in terror, but she doesn't try to avoid the knife. Oh, she knows. The keen silver edge falls towards her pale neck. Ugh. It bites deep. Did someone start a fire? The gushing red reminds me of a sudden geyser of water. I fall to my knees. I hear a wheezing sound. It's a wet noise coming from my throat, not Sakura's. I see. Even as Sakura accepts her death, she won't allow it. I try to stab Sakura in her helpless state, but she directs the knife towards me, who is even more defenseless. It doesn't hurt. In fact, it's liberating. But I am left with only one final regret. After I'm gone, who will atone for Sakura's sins? Yeah. You know what? I'm not exactly sure if this is it exactly, but you know, I guess I'll talk about this fun fact. Before I knew that Fate Stay Night was like a visual novel, or rather, when I knew that Fate Stay Night was a visual novel, like freaking a decade ago, I decided to look it up, and I think this may or may not have been like one of the first scenes I've ever seen from the visual novel. I remember, I thought the lights were on at the time, so I might be remembering wrong, but I remember seeing this room, and for some reason, Shirou was trying to kill whoever was in this room. So I guess now I know it's Sakura. And then he ended up dying. He ended up getting a bad end. At the time, I didn't really know what visual novels were, so I was like, oh, you get bad ends in this? Does that mean you have to start the game all over again? Didn't realize, you know, save slots were a regular thing in visual novels. But this was actually maybe one of the first things I've seen from the Fate Stay Night visual novel. Just because I was curious what the visual novel was like and looked it up. Well, hi, Tiger. It's impossible. I'm sure the door was locked from the inside when Miss Fujimura entered the room. Miss Fujimura, Lady Ilya, and I are the only ones in this room. Wait, what the fuck? Lady Ilya? Who the fuck are we? I thought Ilya said that she was gonna be like the next master or something. An accident due to an insufficient affection level. Ah, yes. So I'll actually look at this this thing, but so there are 3 ways to get this ending. One is if you don't have enough Sakura points. Yep, so if you don't get enough Sakura points, she just kills you. She has taste like that. I see. Sakura-chan has some troublesome stasis. I would never have expected the bed to suddenly turn into a guillotine as soon as I lie down in it. Yes. Shit. Day 9. That's going way back. But I guess I don't know what's special about day 9, but you know what? Maybe that's the minimum that you can get all the Sakura points for? I don't know. External intervention. Victims can be aggressors too. I'm not sure what I'm not really quite sure I understand this one. The Mississippi system. They come up with a heated deduction, but then I realize there's another MO that they failed to think of. It's like this. Let us rewind to the morning of the previous day. What if my death was set in stone from the moment I answered no to Tosaka's question? Yeah.
事件は解決したわ。行きましょう、イリアスフィール卿。あとは警察に任せて。
Oh, we're the dead body in this room. We are actually Shirou in this Tiger Dojo.
けど後味の悪い事件だったわね。
The actors depart. Only my corpse remains on the stage. Thus, I conclude that this be the last time we use this torture gag in an utterly absurd Tiger Dojo, where nothing ever gets solved with logic. Alright. I'm actually going to load up a previous save and talk about something. Okay, so if you go back to this event, which is right here, when we have to talk about our determination, are we willing to pull off the shroud on our arm? And we say, no, I can't do it. Apparently you get a, whatchamacallit? You get a indicator, a flag. It's, according to this guide that I'm using, or this flowchart, it is called blame. Because, I'm not really quite sure what that is, to be honest. But it does determine whether or not you are willing to, just trying to make sure, willing to kill someone. Or sorry, if you're willing to take off the shroud and do it. So eventually this will lead into day 13 night, and I'm just gonna play the scene out this time. Now time's passing by. So if you end up having that one flag triggered, you end up not having the option. You end up just doing it. Yeah, you like just now I didn't have the option. I think you end up being too much of a coward, or not a coward, but you end up being like, I don't know how to phrase this because I'm not really quite sure how to explain it, but you end up just killing her. Well, I just wanted to share that because I realized if I were to replay it, I wouldn't actually accomplish anything because everything would just be the same thing. So yeah, there are 3 ways to basically get that bad ending. It is, well, oh, it doesn't, you can't actually see it lead into it. It is if you have that one indicator here where you decide I can't do it, and I guess that indecision makes it so that you end up killing Sakura, or at least attempting to. You either don't have enough Sakura points where you'll end up trying to kill her, or you end up just choosing it like what I did because I had enough Sakura points and I did not have that one flag. So those are the 3 ways you can get into that one ending. But this time we're gonna do the canon one and choose I can't do it. I once again remember this distinctly from the movie because it was a very emotional scene, and I don't even know if there were many words spoken in this scene. It was just Shirou raising his knife and just thinking about doing it, but he can't. And I guess we'll see. My heart hurts. Blood runs down the fingers that are gripping the knife. I grind my teeth. I desperately try to stifle the sobs rising to my throat. My eyelids feel hot. I can't bear to look down, so I raise my head and control my anger. I lower the knife. No matter how hard I try, I can't imagine something so simple. It pisses me off. Seriously, something's wrong with me. After everything I've done to come this far, I finally know my heart. Yeah. I came to an answer long ago. It was a choice I made with fatal conviction as I held Sakura that night in the rain. Yeah. Something tells me to remember. Didn't you say that you would be the hero? That's what you do, right? That you do what's right? Sorry, I don't know why I misread that. The competing thoughts are tearing my body apart. The hero who will kill many tonight for Sakura's sake. A hero who has always been selfish. Kiritsuku, who's casted off his own feelings for what he believed in. A powerless human who saves others only for his own satisfaction. That fire 10 years ago. In exchange for being the only survivor, I lived my life trying to prevent such a tragedy from ever happening again. All the time I've spent until now, myself, my feelings that I believed in for the last 10 years, hammer my stopped self in the chest. I ask myself if I'm a traitor. Will I betray myself who's lived through the burning ruins, crying while everyone else died around me? That atonement. Will I betray my past self who's clung to the belief that he couldn't live without making it up to the people who died? They're technically not dead yet, or like some of them, because they're actually being used as fuel in Nikiri's basement. I mean, what? It can't be forgiven with an apology. It isn't a sin that one can gloss over. I'm abandoning my own self. Even if it means turning my life into a lie and leaving everything I believed in, everyone who's helped me.
裏切るとも
I've chosen what I want to protect. As long as Sakura's smiling after this, I'm fine with it. Even if I have to lie to myself to go on living. Whoa, I don't know what happened there. These feelings aren't wrong. I need Sakura. Sakura needs me. For the first time, I wish to protect a single life over many lives. I take a deep breath and relax my numbed fingers. This is the last time I doubt myself. I'll leave the room before Sakura wakes up and put the knife back. Just as I try to leave the room...
先輩
Oh!
どうして殺さないんですか
If I remember... Okay, so I highly recommend, if you got this far and you haven't watched the movies yet, I would recommend watching this scene online because it is a very powerful scene. That being said, I'm going to spoil the scene a little bit right here. If I recall correctly in the movie, I believe Shirou makes his conviction saying, I will betray all my, like, everything that I am, everything that I was to protect the one I love, and he leaves the room. I'm pretty sure he doesn't get stopped. And Sakura, basically right after Shirou leaves the room, Sakura opens her eyes, indicating that she knew all along that he was there. But I guess now it's like, hey, by the way, I need to know. Sakura's voice comes from the dark.
Sakura.
She was awake? Sakura shaking in bed, staring at the knife I'm holding. Yeah, I mean, we saw in the other ending that, like, she was shaking and, like, she was clearly, like, afraid of what was gonna happen, but willing to accept death if Shirou was the one who killed her, which is why he was like, yeah, she knows. Her eyes are clouded with pain. Actually, I'm gonna take a look at this knife. I was like, can I use this as a thumbnail? It's just a knife though. Her eyes are clouded with pain. She looks like she's on the verge of tears, but not because I came here to kill her. It's as if she's apologizing for pushing me this far.
いいんですよ思う通りにして
Yeah.
私自分じゃ怖くてできないから
Trust me, I can't do it. Ryder's right there.
いいです
I clicked the wrong button. Does she really mean that? Her voice is pleading and tinged with obvious fear. Trembling slightly, she gazes earnestly at the knife that hovers over her head, as if staring her inevitable death in the face. To me, it looks like her utmost determination to keep herself from running away.
Sakura.
What have I done? Why was I so desperate that I didn't even notice it? The way she was trembling, yeah. How did I just realize now that she was determined to pretend to sleep and let me live?
Sakura. 俺は
分かってます先輩が選んだことはきっと正しいですだって悪いのは私ですから最後だから言っちゃいますけど私もういつまで自分でいられるかわからないんです一日がどれくらい長いのかお昼に先輩と何を話したのかそれっていつのお昼なのか昨日は何があって明日は何があるのかそれだけじゃないんですよ私おかしな夢を見るんです怖い夢でいつも血まみれででもそれが楽しいって思える自分がいてそういうのひとまとめにして怖い夢だった
Ah, so she does kind of reveal that she knows what's happening, but she didn't think it was real.
その夢の中だと私は悪者なんですみんなからたくさんのものを奪って笑っているんですそれが怖くてずっと助けてって言っていたのに誰も助けてくれなかっただからみんなが殺されるのは仕方ないって
汚くてずるい自分、みんな嫌いで恨むことしかできなくて、あんな夢を一瞬でも楽しいだなんて思った私が悪かった。夢が悪いんじゃなくて、あんな夢を見る私自身が初めから言っちゃいけなかった。先輩、私少しずつおかしくなっているんです。このままいけばあんな夢しか見なくなって、先輩のこともわからなくなる。夢の中だけじゃなくて、本当にみんなを殺して回る。
She's like, Senpai, what do I do? I'm letting these intrusive thoughts win.
だからここでお願いできますか。私が悪い自分になる前に先輩の手で終わらせてもらえるなら、それで。
Sakura tries to say that it'll save her before she can. I cut her off with a hug. She's still trembling. Aww. I put more strength into my arms. This is an embrace I couldn't complete before. I pull Sakura in close when I can only bring myself to barely touch her before. I accept her body as hard as I can, my hand grasping on her back fiercely. Sakura doesn't resist. Even though she's afraid of death, even though she doesn't want to die, even though she asked me to kill her, Sakura finally relaxes. She whispers the same words from that night in a grateful voice.
そんなのもうしてる。これからのことじゃない。桜を守れなかった今までのことをずっと後悔する。
She gasps quietly. Sakura raises her arms. Her cool fingers trace my cheeks.
俺が守る。桜をちゃんと俺が守る。
I talk to her while she cries in my arms. It's all we can do. I'm just imagining Ryder's in the corner watching this. It's like, yeah, he really is a good boy. All we can do is forgive each other over and over. That night, I swore to be Sakura's ally. I don't regret that. There's only one person I should apologize to. Will you forgive me, Sakura? I tell her with my arms, not my voice. Will you forgive me for betraying myself? Finally, I confess my sin. Oh man. Interlude. Oh, it's not red. It's not crazy Sakura. Alright. Fuck, man. That was really good. Oh, shit, man. I understand movies have a time budget. Of course, you know, it's ufotable. They didn't really have an animation budget because they go freaking bonkers. But there's only so much you can fit in like a total of what I believe is like 5 hours in 3 movies. As you can see, this route's fucking long. So they had to cut out a lot of stuff. But man, I kind of wish that actually it'd be really hard to include that too, because you can't just include a part of that scene. I feel like you have to include all of it, and that's like an extra 5 to 10 minutes. But man, that was really good. I thought the movie scene was good, and I still stand by that. I feel like the movie scene did the knife part better, but that other scene afterwards where they're basically able to understand and forgive each other, it really hit hard. Fuck. The door closes. As if convincing him, the boy swore he'd protect the girl over and over. Then he watched her fall asleep and left the room. In a dim light, Sakura heaves a pained sigh. She hasn't been sleeping. She only pretended to sleep to let the even more exhausted boy rest. Besides, she can't sleep anymore. If she does, she'll dream. She'll watch something that looks like her killing people. It terrifies her. She doesn't remember what she dreamed last night. She has no memory of what happened before she passed out in front of the house. So she's sure that if she falls asleep tonight, she'll never wake up again. She'll lose her mind for good and betray the boy who embraced her. The boy abandoned himself and chose to believe in the weak and dishonest Sakura Mato instead. His conviction pains her. She knows that if she becomes the way she is in her dreams, she won't be able to face him again. That's right. She has broken his heart, and it can never be fixed. So she has to endure this. She must stay awake and hold on to her mind as long as she can so that she never has that dream again. Even she has someone willing to protect her. God fucking damn it. She's trying so hard because someone's finally on her side. Like, for real, for sure. Even though technically, I guess Ryder's always been on her side. But she finally feels like she has an ally in this world that has constantly betrayed her. And she's like, I can't betray the person that has. But she realizes that in the process of getting that ally and getting Shirou to protect her, she has essentially changed him, and he's no longer the same person. She still loves him, but he's someone who has betrayed himself and his own ideals, and there's no going back from that. And she's like, if I did this much damage to this person and they're still with me, I have to do as much as I can for them. And the only thing she can do now is not kill people. Fuck.
私はそれでいいけど
Wait, did I see this part? Yeah. Some things can never go back to the way they were. She's committed sins that she'll never be able to atone for.
俺が守る
He repeated that promise, knowing that there was no hope, no future. The memory of it brings tears to her eyes. Half an hour ago, when he came into the room, she made up her mind. She knows what it feels like when someone comes to kill her. Right now, she's sensitive to hostility. She'd sense someone coming for her life, even if she was asleep. Right, yeah, she was targeted by Gilgamesh. I forgot about that. And she also has supernatural power, so I guess she adapted to that. But as a master, she's also had, well, maybe Zoken and some other people trying to kill her, so yeah, it kind of checks out. But it was an empty bloodlust. Not the void of feeling, but a pitiful void, like a gaping hole opened in his chest, allowing a cold breeze to flow through it. She accepted that she would die here. She thought it'd be best if the boy was the one to stop her. But she was too timid, too cowardly. She told herself it was alright to die, but she couldn't stop herself from shaking. She did it again. She drove him into a corner with excuses convenient only for her. He embraced her. The boy embraced her despite everything. They both know they have no future. He knew where his choice would lead, and he hugged her anyway. She felt his determination. His embrace told her that he would combine their sins and face the consequences together. Oh! It made her sad. She's always known that he's someone who can do that. In the dusk-lit schoolyard, she watched a stranger run over and over. The boy in the distance changed her whispers of give up into good luck. Her wish was born in that moment. She wants to be with him. She wants him to protect her. She adored him without knowing why, and when her grandfather ordered her to go to the Emiya house, her dream came true.
俺が守るさくらの味方をするって誓ったんだから
This is the result of that promise. He's gonna keep breaking for the rest of his life.
ごめんなさい
She finally understands why she looked up to him. To the girl, the boy was beautiful. She was pathetic, but he was different. He was straightforward, and she wished for him to stay that way.
なのに私が
Is she happy? Yes, she remembered. She wanted to protect him. I wanted to protect him. That awkward, honest person she saw in this yard that afternoon was precious to her, and she wanted to protect him.
壊してしまった
That's all she ever wanted. So why? Why did she do this to him? And so, during a span of time which would have been interrupted if she hadn't made up her mind, if she hadn't had her mind focused, she made her final
い
choice.
るんでしょライダー
She calls out into the darkness. A woman appears out of thin air like a ghost. She's Ryder, Sakura Mato's
やっ
servant.
ぱり私の声をしていたんですか
ええ彼がさくらに手を挙げていれば私が殺していたでしょう
I can verify that. She sighs. That was a close call. Ryder would give priority to her master's life. She only judges people based on whether they threaten her master or not. Meaning that a moment ago, Shirou Emiya was undoubtedly Ryder's enemy.
先輩には手を挙げないで、ライダー。あの人を傷つけたら、あなたでも許さない。
私の役割はさくらの守護です。彼があなたの敵に回るのなら、その時は使命を全うするしかない。
それは私が渡してなくなってもということ。
Ryder doesn't say anything. That's the answer Sakura fears the most. Indeed, even if Shirou Emiya is Sakura Mato's ally, Ryder will view him as an enemy to be defeated if she judged him a threat to Sakura. The girl sits up and clenches her fist. She isn't angry at Ryder, she's just afraid that her hypothesis might turn out to be true.
さくら、何をする気ですか？その体で魔術行使をしては。
The girl ignores Ryder's warnings and raises her hand towards the gloom. She feeds her power into it just for an instant. After a flash of light, her right hand is the only thing that's changed.
さくら、
最後の霊樹です。お願いライダー。この先何があっても先輩を最後まで守ってあげて。
I kind of wonder. I wonder how many people thought that she was going to ask Ryder to kill her. Because I feel like that would have been a very possible thing, to be honest. Because she's so full of regret that she's made the person that she loves into this broken mess. And she's going to continue to do so as long as she lives. She's the type of person that I feel like I don't know if she can handle this burden. And she has a will to live, but I don't know if she values her will to live more than her love for her senpai. So at this point, I wasn't really quite sure. I knew that she was gonna ask this because I saw the movie, but I'm like wondering if I didn't see the movie, would I have thought that? Oh man. The girl pants as she issues her final order. Sakura Mato's hand no longer glows with the light of command spells.
おじい様は私が止めます。これは私とマトウの問題です。もう手遅れだけど、これ以上迷惑はかけられない。
She declares her next move, holding back a cough. Her eyes burn bright in the darkness. Their frail glow marks the determination of a mage. Wow, interlude out. Shit, that shows a lot of growth in Sakura too. Fuck, man. Oh wait, it's a long pause. Is it the yeah? It's the end of the chapter. Fuck, that was a really good episode. Fuck though, man. I'm feeling so many feelings. Oh man. Actually going through this part in the visual novel, I have to say I do think the visual novel version was better. I will say this is almost where the second movie ends. Once again, after rewatching some clips, I realized where the second movie ends. And I'll just say it, the second movie ends in the beginning of the next day, which should be day 14. Very soon after, actually. Maybe we'll definitely reach it by the next episode. But I'm going to stop here for today. But yeah, that was a really good episode. And honestly, seeing, once again, the determination of both Shirou and Sakura really makes you want the best for them in this impossible situation where they're both pretty much destined to die very soon, and they're both they both love each other so much where it's kind of bad for both of them, and it hurts, but it's so good. I have so many things to say, but also I feel like none of them will do justice to the scene I saw today, so I think I'm just gonna end it here, and we'll continue with Heaven's Feel next time. Until then, I will be seeing you. See ya!